Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dani, and together with my husband Chris and our 2 children, we are migrating to Adelaide in Australia from Coventry in the UK on a 190 PR visa. Today's video is all around us starting to say our farewells as we start to finish work and school in the UK. I am battling with the elements because typical British summer, we have got beautiful sunshine and rolling thunder in the background, so I might have to head inside if it starts to rain. The last few weeks have been an absolute roller coaster of emotions. If you follow on the Instagram page, you might have seen a little bit around counting down to our last day at school and my work in the UK. So I'm just going to be talking a little bit about how difficult that's been today, and to try and give people in the same boat maybe some top tips for how to cope. Saying goodbye is not something that anybody in this situation looks forward to. I'm absolutely sure of that. And until last week, maybe 2 weeks before we actually left school, I was still feeling quite nonchalant about it all. It didn't really feel like it was happening. And then as the leaving parties started to happen, and the leavers assemblies, and our daughter's year 6 end of year performance, things have really started to hit home quite a lot and all in one go. And it's been quite emotionally overwhelming for all of us, I think. Until you leave somewhere, I don't think that you realise how much you actually mean to people. And I think that that's been really difficult to see. None of us like compliments, none of us like to appreciate how much we mean to people, but seeing that come to fruition over the last couple of weeks, I found really difficult. It's been very hard to say goodbye. For those of you who work in a school, you'll know that it isn't just the staff team that you're saying goodbye to. So I've worked in my school for 9 years now. I haven't just got brilliant relationships with the staff, it's with all of the children and their families as well. I work in quite a small school, so we all know each other extremely well, including our families. I say good morning to every single child on the gate every day. I visit their classroom every single day, and I feel like I've got a really strong bond with them. We are like a little family. So having to say goodbye to 300 people, not just a few people that you work with, has been really difficult. Our head teacher is also one of my best friends, so that's made things extra hard for me. But she has tried really hard to make sure that the memories we've all made together in the last week have just been so lovely. It hasn't all been about sadness. So there was an assembly where I had to play a game of I'm a teacher, get me out of here, stick my hands in all sorts of horrible things and find the school stationery, and guess what it was when I was blindfolding. So everyone had a good laugh at that. We had a lovely staff leavers party because there's myself and 2 other members of staff who are leaving. We had all the inflatables out, we had a disco, really nice food, and again it was just really chilled, and everybody was able to enjoy that rather than it just being really emotional. Saying that, I have had some videos made for me from the staff and from the children. They were really aware that we weren't able to pack lots in our move cube, so they haven't got me lots of presents. They'd rather send me off with memories. The videos were difficult to watch, but they're something that I'll be able to treasure forever, so that's really lovely to have. And then our children have both left their school as well, so it's taken a little bit of a topsy-turvy turn for our 2. So our son hasn't ever wanted to go to Australia. He's always been quite against the idea and has been quite vocal about that. But his last week at school was just really chilled and really calm. He's already got lots of plans with his friends over the summer holidays, so he kind of isn't at the point where he thinks he's leaving yet. Whereas our daughter, who's always been excited about going to Australia, has been asking why I'm taking her away from her friends, why I'm making her go. She went up to visit her secondary school and absolutely loved it, and has been quite upset herself over the last week. So it's been quite hard to manage my emotions and everybody else's. And my biggest top tip for anyone else in this situation is to just go with the flow. Yes, it is going to be hard, but actually after a couple of days of reflecting on it and having a rest after being so overwhelmed, I am now back at the point where I'm quite excited to go, and I am looking forward to it. All we need now is a date from our solicitor so that we can complete and we can really get ready. We can pack, we can book flights, and we can just get excited about it now. That's what we're kind of waiting for. So our searches came back last Friday and we have responded to all of those. So we are just waiting now for any further inquiries to come from the solicitors, and then hopefully we will get a completion date. That's what we're all really waiting for. I think there's quite a few people who've joked now that they just want us to go. It's just, we felt like we've been in limbo for such a long time, and I know that lots of people who are on their visa feel like that too, waiting for their visa, feel like that too. I think because we've had to go through the house selling process twice, it just feels extra long, and everybody is just still constantly asking, so when do you go, when's your flights booked for? And not being able to have an answer has been really difficult. So really fingers crossed now that I've broken up, we can really start getting cracking on that. Chris has written a blog on our website, some of you may have seen it, about clearing the house. We cannot recommend starting to do that soon enough. We started ours back in November when we actually got our visa, and the house is still full. It feels like there's still lots of furniture, there's still lots of stuff that just needs to be gone through, but I feel like I can really plug that now that I've left work. I have still got work to do for school. Obviously I'm contracted till the end of August, but my office is clear and I won't be going back in other than to hand in my pass and car park fob and things like that. So that's quite odd. Everybody was talking about going back in September and the training day and all the things they've got to do, and I haven't got to worry about that this year for the first time in 16 years, which is really strange. In terms of getting a job in Australia, I still am no further forward with the registration process because I do not have an Australian address yet, so I can't get a working with children check. So again, once we've got our completion date, we can start working towards working with our relocation agents, Rental Search Australia. We can get an address and I can start to then apply for jobs, because the thought of not having a job for the first time since I was 14, it's a little bit strange and quite scary. So I know that will all get sorted. I think that's my other kind of bit of advice, is that it feels scary now, it feels overwhelming now, but I know that it'll all get done, and you've just got to have that faith that it will all happen, it will all come together, it's all going to be fine. I'm going to keep telling myself that anyway. So yeah, just a little update for everybody on where we're at. It is frustrating that we can't give a date or work towards a date, but I'm really hoping that this week is going to be our time. If there's anything else that you would like to know about the process, I've had a few people message me about the registration process for teaching. There's quite a lot of people getting their visas through at the moment. There's quite a lot of people who are thinking about moving and asking questions about visas, so please pop a question in the comments below, follow our Instagram page, which we will link in the description, and let us know if we can help you in any other way. And hopefully we will be on the other side soon and we can start to tell you about what life in Australia is really like. Thank you for watching. If you've liked this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video soon. Bye.